So in today's video, we have the New Testament Handbook from Holman, and I also have the Old Testament Handbook, which is off camera right here. But let's take a look at it right quick. So I'm not too sure what color the sleeve this is. I don't have the piece of paper that comes on the back of it with me right now. But if I find it, then I'll let y'all know. So we have a green ribbon on this one. Just one single satin one, I believe. Now, most of these are Smithsonian nowadays with many different publishers. So that's what you'll have out there. This is also a cloth overboard type thing on the cover material. Okay, and then you just have your normal hardback stuff. Then here you have your table of contents. Let me zoom in right quick. Which is some all the books of the New Testament. So this is the newest one that they released. I don't know if they're going to be releasing any more that is similar to these right here. And down here you have a little table that tells you the basics of the Old Testament and the New Testament. Connecting and completing the story, it says right here. The origin and canon of the New Testament. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then you have all these little things in front of it before you get into the actual handbook itself. And over here is the actual handbook stuff itself. So you'll have like one of these for every book of the You'll have one of these for each book, along with an introduction to each book too. Let me zoom in. So you have introduction, okay, author, background, message and purpose, summary, and structure. Let me fix this right quick. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, and then you have your outline for each book here. So that's pretty cool. Let's go. And then you'll have your word studies for each book too. Okay, so for the book of Matthew here, you have these. Let me pan on down to each one of them. And you have like stuff like this right here, like timelines and charts and stuff like that too. Sorry for the glare coming in through the window. So here's another table right here. Jesus' discourses in Matthew. Here's the miracles of Jesus in the book of Matthew. if you want to look at that. So you get something like this in every book, just different stuff. Here's one of the disciples of Jesus in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Acts. Tells you each of the names in different books of the Gospels, along with Acts. Prophecies fulfilled by Jesus in Matthew, right here. Aspects of Jesus' ministry, fulfillment passage in Matthew, along with the Old Testament prophecy, along with that too. I guess there's another one. Here in the Old Testament and the New. And I thought this was pretty interesting too. How you have a seed to Abraham in Genesis chapter 12, 15, and 17. And the son of Abraham, the seed, Matthew 1:1 and Galatians 3:16. So that's basically how that works too. Now this is pretty interesting, and I'm glad that Holman made something like this to help us with our studies through the New Testament, along with the Old Testament too. Christ as a prophet. Jesus is God. Now this is something that I'd read if you're kind of having trouble with the Trinity, or knowing that God is Jesus and Jesus is God. Christ as King. He was an Old Testament king. The do's and don'ts of being the king. How was Jesus king? The do's and don'ts, the king and Jesus. How is Jesus the king? Jesus' suffering. Now, if you want something like this, I will leave a link in the description for you to buy one if you want. Yeah, so that's basically like all you get with every book. Matthew through Revelation. And I like the simplicity of how it's not too thick and not too thin with each of these. So as you see here, they are, looks like that they are the same size around the Old and New Testament ones. And the Old Testament one comes with this orange-like ribbon, kind of like a scarlet color maybe? I don't know. So that's basically all that you'll get in here, along with the outlines and stuff to each book, along with some word studies, and yeah. So like that about does it for this video. So be on the lookout for more videos coming soon whenever I get a chance to make them. So like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want to help this channel out. Thank you, and God bless.